Well, we all kind of knew that this was going to happen. Victoria Alonzo is now claiming that she was not fired because of breach of contract. She was actually fired because of her identity, being a gay, female, Latina woman or woman of color. I love how they use this woman of color. I mean, she absolutely looks like a white person. Just because she's from another country, because she's Argentinian, does not make her a woman of color. I mean, just because I'm Irish doesn't make me a person. I mean, I have a color. She has a color, but that's a discussion for another time. Anyway, she's claiming that that's the reason she was fired. And because she stood up to Disney against the parental rights in education law. But, of course, Disney is saying that she was fired for breach of contract for working on this film, Argentina 1985, which was being produced by Amazon. And Amazon is Disney's rival when it comes to streaming. You got Disney Plus, you got Amazon Prime. They're both rivals. I wouldn't imagine that any company would want one of their top executives to ignore their work at the company that they work for and go concentrate more on a rival company and their product that they're making. When Disney apparently found out that she was working on this film without telling them, they rewrote her contract to say that, she was allowed to do limited work on this film, but she was not allowed to do any promotion for it. Well, she completely ignored that, thinking that she had clout, thinking that there's no way that she could be fired. Probably because of her identity. She's one of those people that she's probably I mean, I don't know her personally, but I do know people like her, and she's probably a huge egotistical, narcissistic person, and thought that there's no way that they're going to fire me because of what I am, as in, being part of the LGBTQ and being a woman. But they did. So now she's seeking a huge payout because they let her go without any kind of payout, I mean, I'm sure she got severance, but they didn't give her a payout. They didn't make her sign an NDA. And that is going to come back, and it's really going to bite Disney in the ass. Now, Kevin Feige is her direct superior. And now we see that he has been annoyed, along with Alan Bergman. Him and Alec Bergman were both annoyed with her over her work on these side projects. Now, she was in charge of physical and post-production and VFX and animation production at Marvel Studios. Take a look at some of Marvel's recent products. She-Hulk, the CGI was terrible. Multiverse of Madness, the CGI was terrible. Thor, Love and Thunder, CGI was terrible. Quantumania, the CGI was terrible. And this is all her department. This is what she was supposed to be working on. This is what she was supposed to be focusing on. But now it seems that instead of focusing on getting the Marvel projects done and making them look the way that they should have looked, and making them good, she would rather go work for this Amazon production because, and probably because it dealt with her home country and the revolution that happened back in 1985. And because she's a woke activist, she's absolutely a woke activist, that was something that she felt would be more important than working on the Marvel movies. So they fired her. And it seems to me that they had every right to do that. When you work for a company, then you focus on that company. You do not go and work for a rival company and try to make their product better than your company's product. Just because it's a passion project, just because it's some kind of activist movie, she felt that it was more important. So she weaponized her identity, or she is weaponizing her identity. And now she's going to come after Marvel and say that she was fired because of what she is and because she pushed back against Disney over the parental rights and education bill. And she's going to seek, I don't know, reparations. I'm sure that she won't be seeking her job. She won't be getting her job back, but she's going to want some kind of reparations. And what sucks is Disney's probably going to end up just settling with her. So she's going to end up getting something. These people always end up getting something. Disney has too much going on right now to try to fight this in court. I would love to see them fight it. I would love to see them. As much as I hate Disney, I really don't like Victoria Alonzo at all. I don't like her as a person. From the things I've heard about her, being the bully, blacklisting people that were just trying to do their job and had questions maybe that disagreed with her. She would blacklist them. She would get them fired. No one wanted to work for Disney. No one wanted to do any type of VFX for Disney because of her. I would love to just see her get nothing. I would love to see her lose the court case, be put out in the cold, and then not be hired by anybody and have to go work for freaking Taco Bell or something. That's what she deserves. In my opinion, that's what she deserves. She deserves to be a line cook at Taco Bell. Okay? Because I don't see anything that she's done that's been worth it. Okay, she was producer. She was producer on some of the best Marvel movies, but she was just a producer. When they finally gave her a position in charge of the VFX, that's when Marvel started rolling downhill and getting worse and worse. So obviously, she's no good at what she does. So that's it. And now Marvel's got even more trouble with Jonathan Majors, and they're just not going to want to deal with her. So, like I said, it's probably going to end up in a settlement, and she's going to get something. But hopefully, people see who she is. People see the type of person that she is. The cat's out of the bag with her being a bad person to work with. I don't think. A lot of companies are starting to steer away from hiring woke activists because of the trouble that they cause. So maybe we'll never hear from her again, and maybe she will end up working at Taco Bell. That would be, to me, poetic justice. I hope you liked the video. If you did, don't forget to like, share, and subscribe. Ring the bell for notifications. Let me know your thoughts in the comments, and I'll talk to you next time.